Good, she comes.
Sisters, the living holy saint of the Emperor, Saint Ananias, scourge of heretics. Now, in the name of the Emperor!
Good.
There, it is done. May the Emperor's blessing carry us on to victory, sisters!
We thank you, honored martyr.
So... it is true, then. These blessed shrines will confer invincibility?
Indeed. Within each shrine lies a true and sacred relic of the ecclesiarchy. Now that the edifices have been blessed by a living saint, they confer upon her the inviolable aura, as scribed and fervently mastered by the great ecclesiarch Jonasiah Vuonis.
And wherever she goes, no harm may befall us?
Precisely. Neither our persons nor our belongings.
One pure bright candle amidst a sea of filth and darkness!
That is well said, Canoness. This is a tainted system. It may, in fact, be irredeemable.
Then we shall purge it with fire. I have yet to find a cinder that was not faithful in its praise of the Emperor. All is made ready? Yes, mistress. Good. These would-be conquerors shall have a taste of our fire and faith. The Emperor will punish them through us.
Let the ground quake. Your will. As you demand.
Steel yourself, my sisters. The time of battle draws near!
Tomb Spider ready for orders.
Make your demands, but be quick.
They came from nearby. Crush them. There.
Attack scarabs ready for orders.
They think themselves mighty, but our devotion grants us strength beyond the scope of mortal arms.
You presume too much. We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
Receiver. Attack starts. Standing by. Attack starts. Awaiting orders.
Do not falter! Do not blink until the enemy are cinders! Cinders and ash!
Speak. Make your demands, but be quick.
Deathmarks ready at a location of your desire. Attack starts. Awaiting orders.
There is no stick, not for anyone.
And lo! Those who stand against the Emperor's will shall ever falter, and they shall ever fail! By his faithful they shall be crushed, they shall be burned, and surely cast into the pits of horrid void.
Destroy them.
Break at our convents! Well, We are not yet short of the faithful and ready for battle!
We must fulfill our internal duty. Silence, fool.
We hear your friends.
Ready. Receiver. The has arrived. I am Messiah.
Full of faith, we march! From convent to convent, our numbers grow, and so our might!
The instrument of doom. I have the final say. There's a waste of time. There is still a life in the galaxy. Speak. There is no escape. Not for anyone. I have the final say.
Emperor, be the guide and shield of our sacred tanks!
There's a waste of time. There is still a life in the galaxy. All life must end. No escape, no remorse. The path of destruction.
lost. Your slaves never saw. They will be ours. You have my attention for now.
Unworthy fools! You shall not harm this holy place! It is true, then. These blessed shrines will confer invincibility. And wherever she goes, no harm may befall us?
Precisely. Neither our persons nor our belongings.
Is annulled!
Silence, fool. And now we seek those guilty for this mess. Ghost Ark standing by. This is tiresome. Do you not have a task worthy of us? With haste, with purpose. Make your demands, but be quick.
Of course.
Who shall we try?
To see this bleed. I can sense the reek of the living. Lord, give us something to disembowel.
Where's the life? Destroy is listening. So fragile.
Sisters, our foes have shattered 2 of the shrines. We must defend the remaining 2 to our last pious breaths.
The path of destruction. Disgusting. Ghost Ark standing by.
We obey.
Make your request. I may listen.
Avaunt, infidels!
Destroy is listening. With haste, with purpose. With haste, with purpose. We found them. Now kill them. Stationary mode. Consulting strategic layout. Yes, boss. Yes, boss. We hear you. Never never rest. Replaced with purpose. Orders, Western orders.
Know that we shall never surrender. Every sister to the last would rather die a holy martyr in a field of flame than lay down her arms. Exalted and luminous saint, I beg you, fight by our side. Together we will fight, and by the Emperor's will, we will triumph!
Speak.
The Deathlock's heed. Awaiting target designation.
Bring us your dead. Palace Queen. Cleansing. Relic orb ready. Orders.
Not set foot here in the Emperor's name!
This Relic orb is empty orders. Relic orb ready for orders.
Sisters, we must go as martyrs! We must go in flames! In flames!
soldiers of the Order of the Sacred Rose had fully believed themselves girded and steeled against all assault, most of all in their own bastion on Kaurava 1. So their surprise was great indeed when the Necrons came upon them with irresistible force, making mockeries of their flamers, tanks, and acts of faith. Those weapons might have sufficed against the mortal and the living, but alas, the Sisters of Battle faced an entirely different sort of foe. A foe which no prayers succeeded in averting or casting down. The Necrons swarmed across the cities of Sama District, swallowing whole all that moved, and crushing all that did not. After this was done, where prayers and organ music had once been heard, silence reigned. Silence, except for the dull throb of the Necron generators and the dull thunder of the Horde marching off into the distance.